So Luka Doncic has had a very impressive basketball career for a 25-year-old. This recently sparked a debate after someone posted the following tweet. Said, they told me I was crazy for saying Luka was better than LeBron at age 22. Age 25, it's not even close. So at 25 years old, Luka's a 5-time All-NBA first-team selection, finished top 8 in MVP voting each of the last 5 seasons, including a third-place finish this season. He's also a scoring champ, which he accomplished this season. Before coming to NBA, Luka was a 3-time Spanish League champ, in addition to winning the EuroLeague chip and MVP in 2018 as a 19-year-old. At age 25, LeBron was Rookie of the Year, 2-time MVP, 6-time All-NBA selection, 4 first teams, 2 second teams, 2-time All-Defensive first team selection, including a second-place finish for Defensive Player of the Year in 2009. He was also a scoring champ in 2008, led his Cavs squad to the finals at age 22. But for context, LeBron came into the league at 18, played 7 full seasons.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer. I'm your host, Ajani the Exposer. As you guys know, I go live every Friday night directly off of the GOAT James Kingdom channel. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel. As you guys know, we do it best. We actually talk about the GOAT debate here in GOAT James Kingdom. We don't run from it. But Friday Night Exposures is for that, for you guys to step up one-on-ones with me, Ajani the Exposer. Because as you can see, we have the NBA Finals up and ready to go, right? We got Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks, and the Zesty Jeffries don't have nothing to do. Y'all see when they want to compare people to Michael Jordan, they call him Michael Jordan's son. But when they want to compare people to LeBron, they want to say who's better. Is LeBron better or is Luka better? But we all know that Luka is legitimately the progenitor of LeBron James. You guys know that already. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Y'all been here supporting me. Thank you for another great Friday night. So today's episode, y'all, we are going to discuss LeBron James and Luka Doncic, and how LeBron James and Luka Doncic are basically the same players. Luka Doncic is the new LeBron James. That is the facts. We're going to have a great show. We're going to discuss that because these Zesty Jeffries, they can't handle it. They're all upset. Now they want to go for Kyrie. Now all of a sudden, Kyrie is the one that's leading Luka to the championship because they want to say he led LeBron to a championship. They're the most toxic fan base. They're completely toxic. Now they forgot what they were saying about Anthony Edwards and how Anthony Edwards was supposed to be the next MJ. Then I woke up to this morning.
You are not the father.
That's what happens when you have Zesty Jeffries watching basketball and they can't talk about nothing else. So now they have nobody. There's no more next Jordan. So now what do? They got to talk about why LeBron's a loser and a failure. So they're going after Kyrie. You know, and shout out to Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They'll be back next year. We all know that they're ballers. But the Zesty Jeffries, they love misery because misery loves company. And they're a miserable fan base. And they can't handle the fact that right now, as we speak, LeBron James has Luka Doncic as the progenitor of the NBA. They don't like that. They hate the fact that Luka Doncic is the next GOAT James. They try to compare him by saying that he's better than GOAT James. But they don't do that when they go for Anthony Edwards. They don't say Anthony Edwards is better than Jordan. They just say he's the next Jordan. Jimmy Butler wasn't better than Jordan. They didn't ask that question. They just said he's the next Jordan. Kobe wasn't better than Jordan. They just said he was the next Jordan. But when LeBron James has somebody that's the next LeBron James, they have to compare him and say that he's better than LeBron James. So we're going to have a show. We're going to discuss that because we already know that LeBron James is 21 seasons in. He has nothing left to prove. But with the finals coming up, Luka has something to prove. So we will definitely talk about the NBA Finals, and we will talk about how LeBron James has basically set the whole NBA up to be good because we got guys like Luka in the league. We got guys like Jason Tatum in the league. And again, y'all, it is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. Thank you for joining me again. It is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel. So tonight's show, y'all, we're going to discuss this LeBron James, son. Because it's legitimately, for sure, Luka is definitely LeBron's son. I mean, there are so much similarities, and we're going to have a whole discussion about it. But the Zesty Jeffries were all upset. They couldn't handle the situation because now Anthony Edwards didn't step up for them. So now he's not the guy. And now they want to run and try to make it seem like Luka is better than LeBron James all of a sudden. As if Luka didn't make the playoffs last year. They forget that Luka didn't make the playoffs last year. They forgot that they were disrespecting Kyrie for the longest. Now all of a sudden everybody's back on the bandwagon for Kyrie. It took him all these years to get back to the finals. And it's all because of Kyrie now. Kyrie's the reason why the 2016 Cavs are there. They're the reasons why Luka's going to the finals. These are what the toxic fan base of the Zesty Jeffries do, man. This is what they do. LeBron, the white LeBron. But I mean, I mean, it's a real simple thing, y'all. Y'all know what to do, though. Y'all know what to do. Right? It's a real simple thing, right? Y'all see that they know what's up. They see it. LeBron James. It took Jordan how many years to get to the finals? 7 years? Right? 8 years to get to the finals? It took LeBron James and them guys quicker than do that. Right? But, they love to talk all of that talk, right? But when we really look at it, and we take LeBron James's career by the age of 25, between the ages of 19 and 25 with Luka, it's very comparable. I mean, they even shoot the same from the free throw line. I would love for somebody to tell me that Luka Doncic is not a bad free throw shooter. Because from my understanding, LeBron's a bad free throw shooter because he shoots below league average. So if 74.1 is a bad free throw percentage, what is 74.7? So LeBron James and basically is the father of the Luka Doncic. And we already know Luka Doncic says that LeBron James was one of his idols. He said, oh, well, Ishmael says, I'm going to put the link up for you, Ishmael. You're going to get a chance to explain it if you get a chance to come up here. But to be honest with you, their game is very similar. Their game is very similar. Now, there are some differences. I'm not going to make it seem like Luka Doncic is a carbon copy of the GOAT. Because, again, you can't be a carbon copy of the GOAT. No one could really be LeBron James. But their abilities are the same. Even if we want to take it to their playoffs in their first 6 NBA seasons. Well, not really 6 seasons for NBA because I didn't add LeBron's rookie season. I put LeBron from 19 to 25. All right? I mean, if we look at here, it's very similar. Now, they like to say that Luka is better than LeBron. Well, guess what? Luka is playing 20 years later than LeBron is playing. 15 years later than LeBron. So he should be more skilled than LeBron James. No one's going to knock Luka for being more skilled than LeBron. And being more skilled than LeBron doesn't make LeBron any less of a great player. See, that's the problem with the Zesty Jeffries. They believe Michael Jordan is the most skilled player of all time. So to say that anyone is more skilled than him is saying Michael Jordan's not the GOAT. But they're liars. We all know that they're liars. Jordan was the most skilled player in his era. And even at that, we can even question that. But Jordan wasn't the most skilled player in NBA history. But if we look at Luka Doncic and LeBron James, they have similar career. These are their playoff numbers between the ages of 19 and 25. LeBron has actually played in more playoff games than Luka Doncic in this span. Won more playoff series as well. Now, Luka Doncic has been to 4 playoffs in 6 NBA seasons. LeBron made the playoffs 5 times in these 6 years that we have them here. And LeBron made the finals. Luka Doncic also made the Western Conference Finals. Prior to this one that he just won, he made it, I believe, in 2022 against the Warriors. He was in the Eastern Conference Finals. But we can see the similarities. We can definitely see the similarities, right? We can definitely see the similarities. Now, of course, I have an open mind. Again, the Zesty Jeffries don't know how to debate. So this idea that anybody's not supposed to be more skilled than LeBron James is an asinine argument. The guy came into the league 15, 20 years later. Yes, in the Western Conference. Sturdy say they played nothing alike. there, you know what? There are some things that I can say they don't play alike. Basically, 45% of Luka Doncic's shots come from him taking 3 pointers. So that's a big difference right there. That's a very big difference in their game. But this is the thing that's very similar in their games, right? They both are super efficient at the rim. Luka Doncic shot 80% at the rim this year, even though like 10% of his shots come at 0 to 3 feet, but he made 80% of his shots. And for his career, he shoots like 74%, which is just like LeBron James, 74, 75%. These are elite numbers at the rim. These are better than Zesty Jeffries numbers at the rim. But with all that being said, the true fact of the matter is that LeBron James has basically given the NBA a legacy to build off of. Guys like what's his name, Paolo Banchero, the dude from Orlando. He's another LeBron James. Giannis is basically another LeBron James. He's just a 7-foot LeBron James, to a certain degree. You see what I'm saying? The idea of Joker, it's the same thing. Being an all-around player, a Jason Tatum, which we're going to talk about here shortly, because I believe no matter what they say, everybody wants to say what they want to say. But at the end of the day, forget if Luka is LeBron, forget if Ant-Man is Jordan. To be honest with you, Jason Tatum is Kobe. And Jason Tatum is probably going to show y'all why he's one of the top 5 best players in the NBA this finals. He is going to light up Dallas. They have no answer for him at all. He is going to light them up. The 2 games they played this year, he lit them up already. They don't have no answers for him. So Jason Tatum is about to go off. That's the real guy that we need to be talking about. Because again, as good as Luka Doncic is, if he loses, nobody's going to really hold it against him. But if Tatum loses, it's a big deal. And Tatum knows this, and he knows his place. He understands his history. He understands that. So I can see this being a great, great finals. A superior finals. But I'm going to put the link up for y'all. Sturdy, you need to stop this, man. That boy Jason Tatum is a baller. People be disrespecting the Boston Celtics. You know I'm a Heat fan. I do not want to give Boston Celtics no praise, no love. But I'm not going to sit here and hate just to hate. Now, I will be doing a show on Monday, because I'm going to be doing a Heat show on Monday. There's a lot of Heat discussions going on. I've been doing my research. I've been wanting to make sure I speak correctly on what's going on with the Heat. And as y'all can see, there's some things going on with the Heat. But that's for Monday. So y'all make sure y'all check me out on Monday. I'm going to do the Heat Hour on Monday. But the Boston Celtics are the team to beat. They really are. They've been the team to beat all year. And I don't see nobody really beating them. But y'all put in the comments. Y'all tell me who y'all got for the finals in the poll in the YouTube chat. Shout out to everybody that's also watching this on our Facebook account as we keep growing in Facebook. So shout out to everybody on Facebook. Y'all know we're also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, TikTok. We're all over the place. But y'all go ahead and hit that poll and let me know what y'all think. These are going to be a lot to go on. There's going to be a lot to go on with these finals, man. There's going to be so much narratives, so many things to discuss. It's going to be actually a great, great, great finals. I can't wait to see what happens. I have Boston in 6. I have Jason Tatum winning the finals MVP. So that is my notion about it right there. But I want y'all to come up and tell me why LeBron James or why Luka Doncic isn't LeBron James. Tell me why he's not. What's the difference between their games? What is it about their games that make them different? Because if we look at the numbers, they're quite similar. They're very similar. And at the end of the day, LeBron's just better defensively. We're just talking about overall altogether. Luka Doncic may be more skilled than LeBron, a little bit better than LeBron shooting-wise for sure. Passing-wise, maybe not, right? Because LeBron James wasn't the point guard specifically for the Cleveland Cavaliers in the early stint. He would play point, but they did try to let other guys play point guard for him. So I see y'all here in the comments. Let me bring up my boy Sturdy. Peace, Sturdy. What's good, brother?
Yo, salute me, Johnny. Salute everybody.
What's good,
Um,
brother?
let's get straight to it. To be honest with you, Johnny, I'm not gonna do what you like to identify them as zesty Jordans, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Jordanites, if you would say. I'm not gonna do the same mistakes as they did.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly trying to compare and look for the next Mike. I'm not going to disrespect the current player nor the past players by comparing them. But since we're doing the comparison, right? When I watch LeBron, when I watch because like let me just finish that statement though. Like when we shout out to Sean Webb, yo Heat brother, he said this perfectly. Like comparison is the thief of joy. So when people try to compare other players, they don't appreciate fully what that player is doing at that moment. So that's why I don't do the comparison, especially in terms of players of different generations like that. But in regards to this specific generation, I don't see the similarities, especially at this stage at LeBron's stage of career he was in comparison to this version of Luka that we see now. One, the athleticism, hey Johnny, he's white.
Obvious. Obvious.
He's
That's
white.
obvious. That's obvious.
He-
Bruh, that is funny because there was a play where Luca did something and he came down and he flexed and legitimately like no muscle appeared, like nothing, like it was no change in his body tone, like nothing changed, like he legitimately was like and like I mean you know what I'm saying, like you get a little bit of muscles, like nothing showed, like nothing changed. I said, yo, this guy has no tone, no nothing. This is hilarious. It is hilarious. But he's a baller. He's a baller.
he's definitely a baller. He's easily a top five player in the league. I always told people that him, Giannis, Joker, and Embiid are on the same tier. Like they're the head and shoulders best players in the league right now. But simply back to comparison. All right, obviously the athleticism, the defense, and simply put this, the approach to the game. A lot of people don't give. A lot of people don't know this. LeBron, he's a great scorer that approaches the game with a pass first mentality. When Luca he's a great passer, but he does approach the game from a scoring mentality, right? And in particular, in direct contrast, a lot of people don't know 25. No, let me remind people: 25-year LeBron. That's '09 LeBron. That's two-time MVP. That's scoring champ. Like that. Yeah, that version of
Yes.
LeBron, right?
Yes.
So as great as a passer and playmaker LeBron was, they weren't getting their playmaking the same way. Luka's getting majority of his playmaking off pick and roll reads, down pick and roll reads, as well as some operations in a high pinch post, right? Then opposed to LeBron, they was running the Lamont. I forgot what Lamont specifically said, but I think it was the Princeton. They tried to run the Princeton when Mike
Oh,
Brown was
Mike
there.
Brown. Yeah, Mike Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, and so as we always know, because the biggest like one of the biggest myths told about LeBron's career is the fact that he's a ball dominant player. In reality, he only been ball dominant about I'll say 3 or 4 years out of his 21-year career. To be honest with you, during that time, he's nowhere near. like
Facts. They don't know, but you facts. Go ahead, continue. I was just saying that he wasn't really the point guard in Cleveland that first stint. Like Luca is actually the point guard here. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
yeah.
So in regards to that, like he's nowhere near the same amount of ball dominance. We're gonna talk about that skill thing. I think that skill thing is just another stream because I think for some reason in basketball, skill only gets viewed from one side of the ball, but not the other side. I don't understand that. But that's another conversation for a different day. But
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that because within that Gilbert Arenas show, the Gil Arenas show, they were talking about skill, and Kenyon Martin was trying to say LeBron don't have no skill. He just goes downhill. It don't take skill to be faster and to jump higher than everybody else. We're gonna definitely talk about that. But we got New World here.
yeah, no, I just let me just land it with it. Like just land the comparison here with it. Last thing too, the direct comparison with this game too. Um, Obviously you said it earlier. You alluded to it earlier. LeBron is especially that time in his career. He was a downhill player, elite in transition, elite at finishing at the rim, elite at simply creating multiple plays, finish above everybody. Luca is an outside in player. He can post up. He does have an excellent floater game, and that in between game between the free throw line and the restricted area, excellent at that. But he put like you just alluded to that 10 attempts of threes. He prefers to work outside in. And so when I look at these guys play, when I look at the 25-year version of LeBron versus this version of Luka, I don't see the comparison outside of the numbers. And that's why I keep telling everybody, numbers without context, stats without context is only numbers. You got to put the context with the numbers. But
Facts to that. Facts to that.
then the world gets to this.
Yeah, man. Shout out to New World. Oh, shout out to Travis too. Travis says 30 top 5 of all time. To be honest, as usual, he's giving you support. Shout out to Travis. And we're gonna set that up for y'all too to have that
Oh yeah,
discussion on a
yeah.
Friday night.
Shout out to Travis too, bro.
We're gonna
Next,
do
I'm
that.
sorry, Travis. Next Friday, I got to put you in your place, brother. I'm sorry, but like, do
Yeah,
you
we'll
think?
figure out. We'll get to that. We're gonna have one of these Friday nights, and we'll make sure we set up for you guys to have that. So shout out to Travis. Appreciate you there. The New World, we hear the discussion. You see, they like to compare. They like to say anybody that's close to LeBron. They like to say, is he better than LeBron? But anybody who they think is close to Jordan, it's Jordan's son. Right, it's just the next Jordan. They don't ever like to say, "Oh, is Anthony Edwards better than Jordan?" Is 22-year-old Anthony Edwards better than 22-year-old Jordan? They don't like to do that. They like to they like to when it's all good. Hey, he's Jordan's son. That's the next Jordan. But for LeBron, it's hey, this guy's better than LeBron. He's better than LeBron.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, it's not just Luka, man. Like they do this with pretty much every new player that gets into the spotlight. They'll be like, "Oh, was he better than LeBron during this stretch of his career?" That just goes to show you how great LeBron is. Like his career, you can break it down into sections. It's a Hall of Fame career for any of these guys. So, that just speaks to how much how far ahead he is of pretty much everybody. But going to what Sturdy really killed this topic. Like he said a lot of stuff that I wanted to say. Aside from like the defense and the athleticism, uh, like I think Luka is more similar to LeBron now than he was when LeBron was 25. Like it's completely different because LeBron has obviously shooting much better from the three than he was during his younger years. He's also has a lot more in his bag offensively. Like I still subscribe to like one of those people that says LeBron always had a jump shot. He's always had a mid range. It's just been times where like he'll just go cold and it'll be like the wrong time to go cold. So people will remember him going downhill a lot more. But this man has like I just got finished watching that Detroit series. I had to rewatch that today after I watched that Gills podcast, and I was like, "What are y'all talking about? Not like, bro. Like, do you see the amount of difficult shots that he's hitting in these clutch situations? Like, this is not just all downhill. Like, you
it's not. It's
remember
not
that,
all
that
downhill.
game winner. That game winner was downhill, but that's his best attribute. He's gonna abuse the fuck out of that. But the amount of mid range fadeaways, 3-point shots, contested like he was taking Kobe type jumpers where he's got like two defenders on him and he's just throwing it up there and it's just going in and just like when he got to Miami he had that vicious float game. I just felt like over the years, if you were to compare a 25-year-old Luka to a 25-year-old LeBron, you could definitely say Luka is more skilled, but it isn't really by that much. And LeBron has just continuously added more to his bag, like over the years. Like that's one of the reasons why I would say like offensively they're about as equally as skilled as I could say they would be because Luka in the early 2000s is not he's not averaging 30 points over 5 years. Like he's not doing that shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Luka's been balling, and I give him his props. The reason I see the similarity is because they're both like they played the game the right way. The thing about Luka is like you guys were saying, the difference is that Luka plays the game from the outside in, and he loves to use that Gortat screen thing, where if you're gonna go over the screen, he's going to put you in that jail or hold you hostage behind him, while the big man gives him another screen, and he can either get that floater, or get to the rim, or just make a good dish and a good pass, because he's definitely a hell of a passer, just like LeBron.
Yeah, his IQ is amazing.
Yeah.
LeBron was doing a lot of that action when they were running in 2020 when he was running the point guard. He would come in with why am I forgetting his name? JaVale McGee.
Yeah,
And JaVale McGee would do like a box out screen and basically open the lane to the basket. That was one of the most amazing plays that I've seen defensively from the Lakers in a long time. I don't understand why they don't do that. That shit was so unguardable.
Yeah, but see, that's why we're gonna get to this because you brought up the Guild Arena show and they were talking about that how LeBron was just going downhill and you said you was watching the Pistons game, and we all know for a fact that LeBron James was able to do a lot back then. She was able to pull up and hit the shot. He had everything in his game back then, even back then.
Yes, he did.
He was able to do all the things that he was able to do. But this idea that the skill is just on offensive side, because like Sturdy said, there's defensive skills that Luka just does not have. LeBron has, especially at that age. So there's a lot of things that we could talk about when we're saying who's the more skilled player.
Yeah, I was still talking more offense because I was waiting for you guys to get to the defensive side.
Yeah, but even on the offensive side, right? Because Nick Young was saying it best, right? Changing directions and dribbling the basketball is a skill. Not anybody can just run fast and automatically dominate the game of basketball. LeBron's not the fastest guy on the court, but he's the fastest guy who can dribble on the court because you have to be able to dribble. That's the key thing. If you're not dribbling the basketball correctly, you're not going to get to your spots correctly. You can't just say, oh, he's just running faster than everybody else. He's also dribbling a basketball and having to go around defenders or through defenders to actually get to certain spots and everything. So it's not just about jumping over people or none of that. It's a skill. It takes a skill to do that. You got to know when to jump, how far you can jump from, how to finish. All of that is a part of it. Like, all that is a skill. It's not just the ability to just jump. Because if that was the case, y'all wouldn't be talking shit about Bronny. Because obviously Bronny's fast and Bronny can jump, right? But they saying he's not ready for the NBA. So it's obviously more than just jumping and being fast when it comes to playing the game of basketball. So
if being athletic was all it took, then you could take any player from any sport and make them a basketball player. But that's not the case.
Exactly.
Yeah, before you go to Paul Goat, like I think because of LeBron's freakish athleticism, it like some of the nuances of his type of finishing gets overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know. Like, obviously his finishing got better in Miami, but he was doing a lot of little things to help like finish above and around people. Like the most like one of I like to call it the Tim Duncan offense, right? So as we know, like when you go for a layup, you can't necessarily like push your hand away from the ball to shield it. What you can do is keep your hand next to keep your opposite hand in the same like parallel as the ball to essentially you're shielding from it. Tim Duncan used to do it all the time with his left hand because he was like 70. Tim Duncan was like 70% right-handed, 30% left-handed. But every time he went to that right, he would always shield it with his left. And LeBron did that with both hands. And that's another thing too. People forget LeBron is he's technically lefty, but he's an ambidextrous player. Like that would make his finishing ability lethal. The fact that he didn't favor one side of the rim either way. He could finish from the left side, right side, baseline, middle. It didn't matter. Well, Paul, but I'm not trying to talk too much. But Paul, to go do your thing.
Yeah, so you're right, brother. You said it right. So, Paul, thank you for joining me. Go ahead. You can unmute yourself, brother. You see what we're talking about. Luka and LeBron's comparison, and obviously the NBA Finals are up as well. What's your take on the idea of the Zesty Jeffries love to compare LeBron to Luka?
Offensively or
just in general? I mean, they don't. I mean, defensively, they can't say defensively. They know LeBron's better defensively, so they have to just talk offensively. It can't really be.
Well, I mean, I still think LeBron James. I still think LeBron James is better offensively.
Think LeBron James is better offensively. Okay.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
I mean, what you see about the points production, I don't know if you know what it is. I mean, points produced is like points plus assists.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James have like 60-some thousand, something like that. I mean, 64, 65,000. If you combine the playoffs, he might have 70,000. You know, he had the most in history. That's offensive production, right on there. And I mean, he's athletic. You know, he's way more athletic, better finisher, better post game. I mean, I think the only thing you look at does better offensively. You know, I think the passing, is very close. I still think LeBron is a better scorer. Luka will take only like the shooting side. I would say Luka is a better shooter. But when it comes to offensive production, I mean, it's not even close. I think it's definitely LeBron James.
Now that's interesting that you say he's a better shooter because in reality, they shoot about the same from 3-point land. They're both about 35% 3-point shooters. They're both the same basically from the free throw line. The only difference is Luka's probably Luka is better than LeBron when it comes to mid range shooting.
Yeah, that is where he takes
yeah,
it.
that would be that. All right, I hear that. I hear that. Again, they love to talk about Luka because they obviously see Luka is somebody that they like to praise, but he definitely has a similar game to LeBron James. Let's let Twin Man get in. I see I got a new person down at the bottom. Jacob, be patient. We'll let you up. Twin Man, what's good, brother? Thank you for joining me on another Friday Night Exposure. We sitting here talking about LeBron and obviously Luka making the finals. What you got for me tonight, brother?
Oh, boy. Yeah. What the hell? Is he okay?
No, he's not okay.
Yeah, you gotta get him out of there.
I thought he was weird off the top as soon as I saw the way he came up to talk. So, we're gonna let him sit in the background.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about that. I was gonna let that slide.
I had a feeling he was gonna be. This is why I want one-on-ones. Twin Man. I mean, Sturdy. I'm about to knock all y'all off just so I can have this one-on-one with Jacob. So what up, Twin Man? Hurry up so I can get this man up because I'm ready to put somebody in an exposure mode. It's my birthday weekend. I got so much energy. What's good, brother?
Okay. I would have to sit here and say we already know they have to find somebody that they can say is better than LeBron. We already know how that goes. It doesn't matter. Like Lucas, in my opinion, like he's still in the young parts of his career. He hasn't this is his first NBA Finals. Can he win a championship first before any comparisons start to happen? Like it's ridiculous. Yes, he's great offensively, but to compare him as a player, no, stop it. They just need to stop it. Like, can he maintain this level for 20 seasons? Like LeBron has maintained this level for 20 seasons. So until we see some more from him, I think the comparisons are crazy. People need to stop. Like they're dying for someone to be the face of the league outside of LeBron James since he's held it for like 20 straight years. So they are dying for someone to take it.
Yeah, but why?
That's why they have to do it.
But why would it? Luka is better than LeBron. But when it's someone like Jimmy Butler or Ant-Man or something like that, when they want to compare to Jordan, those guys are not considered better than LeBron. Like why? You know what I'm saying? Like why is it with Luka they want to make him better than LeBron? You know what I mean? Like they legitimately see how the similarities in both their games. Like Luka be bricking free throws. I don't know if y'all be noticing, but Luka be missing free throws.
You know why listen? If it wasn't Luka, it could have. Say it was Ant-Man. Say let's reverse this right now, and the Wolves were going to the finals. Ant-Man would be better than LeBron. If it was Wemby going to the finals, Wemby would be better than LeBron. If Jokic went back to the finals this year, Jokic would be better than LeBron. They need someone to be better than LeBron. Even though they can't explain.
Why not Tatum?
They tried that before. They tried to say Tatum was better than LeBron. They tried it.
To add on to that,
I don't. They never tried that. I don't know where that came from.
They did. They was trying to sit here and say he could carry like LeBron can carry. They look what he's doing in his young career. Bro, I've heard people say Tatum. I've heard people have Tatum and LeBron in the same breath. I've heard it. It has to be somebody over LeBron. Just because we already know the bald-headed menace from Chicago must be protected at all times. So somebody must take the face of the league from LeBron. As long as LeBron James is still dribbling at basketball, he will be the face of the league. And
to add on to that, they did that. They did do that with Wemby this year when he was having a historical rookie year that was better than LeBron's. I definitely seen people come out with Wemby is better than LeBron.
That was true.
I did hear that. So.
They were doing that.
No, the Wemby, yeah.
I've heard people say Jason Tatum. I've heard people say Jason Tatum is comparable to LeBron. I've heard it.
That probably in 2022. I remember it probably in 2022 when he was making the finals.
And what I did was laugh. What I did was laugh because I'm gonna say it. I just said it, and I'm gonna say it again. Until LeBron James leaves the NBA, he's going to be the face of the league. Because guess what? You have no choice but to talk about him. The NBA Finals hasn't played one game yet. And what are we talking about? We're talking about the offseason. Why? Because of what LeBron might do.
Well, I think
has
This is
to
gonna
be
be a
better
good
than
final. This is a good finals. And if you're an NBA fan, including a LeBron fan, you shouldn't be worrying about nothing in the offseason. We're about to see a very, very good NBA finals. A
Yeah,
really
that's
good
why I
I got
think.
finals.
Boston.
That's why I think.
I got
That's why I
Boston
think it's a
taking.
mistake. That's why I mistake about an NBA to keep doing stuff like that. It's like they have to adapt their formula. Like having one singular face of the league isn't gonna cut it no more. One, there isn't a single guy who has both a combination of talent and personality to be the face of the league so far. That there's just not one guy yet. And then number two, most importantly, this league is so talented, and especially at a young age, it's like the NBA is it should be wise to adapt with the times and shouldn't use the same marketing strategy as they did with Jordan and with LeBron. They should spread the quote unquote spread the wealth a little bit,
Well,
spread the attention a little bit, and highlight the attention. They don't
but
need to be
son,
a face of the league. They don't need to be a face of the league for the league to
though.
prosper.
Well,
Huh?
that's
You're
the
right.
thing, though.
I
That's
don't.
why they're gonna change that because that's why the TNT is gone. They're gonna get Amazon and NBC in there, and that's going to change how ESPN's gonna have to respond to recovering the sport because NBC is gonna do a better job because they've always did a good job covering the sport, and now you're gonna add
Yep.
Amazon to it, who's a newcomer just trying to make a name for themselves. So they're gonna probably come up with something better than what we've been seeing lately. Because, like you said, it's true. There's too many stars. There's so many things that's going on in the league. You shouldn't lay your hat on one player. And to be funny with you, Luka just got this praise, man. They wasn't praising Luka a
Exactly.
month or two ago. Like they praising him now because there is no Joker, there is no KD. There's none of the nemesises for LeBron James are there. That's why now they're trying to praise Kyrie Irving out of nowhere. Now everybody loves Kyrie Irving all of a sudden. And he hasn't played any differently. He's been playing the same way. He hasn't changed. That's why you can tell a lot of these guys don't watch the games. Like Kyrie's no different. He still goes 9 for 23. Nothing's changed. Nothing's
No,
changed.
no.
But
I will say
but
this.
where,
I will
where,
say
where
this. This particular
30.
playoff run, I never seen Kyrie play this well defensively. I think this is the best defense I've seen Kyrie play like his whole career
Best
from a playoff stretch.
best defense I've seen Dallas play in general in a while. To be honest with you, they surprised me defensively. They've been playing some real good defense in the playoffs. I agree, but it's been at a surprise. Not like you expect that. You don't really expect that coming out of the type of guys they got. But they've been playing some great defense. But now they're going to be put to the test because Boston
Yes.
does have some real ballers as well. This is not Ant Edwards. This is not Mike Conley. This isn't Cat sitting back waiting to shoot a long distance three. You're talking about Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White. Those guys are some scorers and they can move the ball. They're
Yep.
gonna give them
And
some real
and
trouble.
Porzingis will be healthy for the finals as well. But hey,
So-
Johnny, we already know what it is. Anybody from the West that was coming out, like if it had been, I'm trying to think of a team. Say it was the Houston Rockets. You probably wouldn't be hearing Jalen Green's better than LeBron James. But come
No,
on,
they would have been
if
calling
KD
Dylan Brooks. They would have said Dylan Brooks was Defensive Player of the Year.
But if the Suns would have made the finals,
Oh.
what we would have heard, KD's better
KD.
than LeBron.
KD's
If
better
the
than
Golden
LeBron.
State Warriors would have made the finals, what we would have heard, Steph Curry's better than LeBron. We
It's still
already
LeBron
know what it
James.
is.
Yep. That's exactly what it
Like,
is.
let's
No
just
matter
be,
what, they're always going to try
it's
to push a narrative that LeBron is worse than whoever they're trying to push.
So who's more obsessed
exactly.
with LeBron? Who's really more obsessed with LeBron? Goat James Kingdom or the Zesty Jeffries? Because like you said, it seems like
Definitely
they have
Zesty
to
Jeffries, bro.
they have to find something to include LeBron, right? There should be no reason why we're talking about LeBron at all. But we obviously Kyrie's the reason. That's all they have now is Kyrie. It's really it.
Kyrie's going to win a championship, and they're going to sit here and say, Kyrie never needed LeBron to win a ring. Watch, I'm telling you, it's going to
They're already.
He
They're
needed baby. He needed baby LeBron. He needed Europe LeBron. That's who he needed. Europe LeBron.
He
Caucasian
never needed LeBron to win a ring. He was doing
Actually-
it. Look, he was doing it. He was doing it without LeBron. And
Well-
then you're gonna go back and see how he failed in Brooklyn, how he failed in Boston, how it wasn't looking so good in the beginning in Dallas. They got it together in Dallas, but it wasn't looking so good in the beginning in Dallas. But see, we already know the narrative's got to pour out, bro. Let's keep it real. This is LeBron James. That's why 21 straight years of being the face of the league. You need somebody to take him down, and they haven't been able to find someone to do it yet.
He's been the face of the league and the villain of the league. Let's let Paul speak right quick. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, if Michael Jordan fan says the most important thing is winning, if the Boston Celtics win the championship and Jason Tatum wins the Finals MVP, they now will say Jason Tatum is the best player in the world. They now will say that.
Do you think so? Okay, so let's start with the
Nobody,
top.
no one's going to say that. No
All right,
one's
Yeah,
going to say
Sturdy.
that.
nobody.
Let's hold on. We never know with these Zesty Jeffries. They are toxic. They love misery. They love to bring. So they'll love to bring anything that they think is going to bring misery to LeBron fans. They'll use it. That's just the way they are. They're very peculiar. But let's start with you, Sturdy. I want to know your predictions for the finals, and I want you to tell me, who has more to gain, Luka or Tatum in these finals.
I would say the Boston Celtics wins. About 6 games, I would say.
Okay, and Paul, who you have it as more to gain, Luka or Tatum in this?
You said
Yeah,
the
if
last.
whoever wins, who win? If Luka wins, does he have more to gain than Tatum? Or if Tatum wins, does he have more to gain? Who's gonna gain more if they win? Who's gonna it's gonna look better for if they win?
I think Tatum.
Tatum. Okay.
Yeah.
I Sturdy. Who you got, Sturdy? Boston
I got
or Mavs?
Um, I'm gonna give my prediction now. Also, I'm gonna give a little more in-depth prediction tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time on FYF crossover. But in regards to who has the most to gain, it's I think it's Tatum. Tatum is the most inferior player. Tatum has been on a team like the Boston Celtics has been to the East Conference Finals at least 5 times. It's the second time in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and let's be honest, he's on the better team. He has the
He is.
most to gain in regards to his team winning a championship. Luca's already we all know this. Like Luca's already better than Tatum. And this series, no matter what happens, not going to change that perception.
Yeah.
But what it does do, it helps Tatum in regards to it does help Tatum towards this, right? Because remember those 4 players I said that are head and shoulders above everyone else in the league. It does help Tatum in regards to giving him a case to join that same tier of guys. You know what I'm saying? So I think Tatum has more to gain. But in terms of winning the series, I'm leaning toward Boston at 7. It's not going to be 6 because even though Porzingis is expected to play, I haven't seen not a single video nor I heard a report that he's moving well. We've seen shoot arounds, we've seen all this other stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
every single shoot around I've seen him do has been a light jog to a walk up, spot up shot.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
bad problem because
Yeah.
he needs to he needs to be able to move laterally, especially against this Mavericks team who has none but athleticism in their front court.
Yeah, and I always worry about a calf strain when I hear calf strain ever since Kevin Durant in 2019. It's always been an issue for me. I always feel like it's just worse to play on it than not to. So, all right. So let's get New World. New World, what's your take? Who has more to gain if they win the finals, Luca or Tatum, and who you have for the finals?
Uh, See, I like Tatum. I just hate that nigga's on the Celtics. So I'm gonna have to pick the
I'm with
Mavs.
you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm just gonna have to like I said, I like Tatum, man. I'm gonna have to pick the Mavs though. Mavs in either 6 or 7. I'm gonna say Mavs in 6 because I did have that same concern with Porzingis. He just has like a weird injury history in the playoffs, man. Like that's something that you can't really overlook.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but aside from that, like, I'm expecting. I'm expecting good performances from Luka and Kyrie. I think they can get it done. But going back to the what you were saying, who has more to gain? Definitely Tatum, because unlike Luka and even Kyrie, like Tatum is the only one that has the choking narrative, and he's been stuck with that choking label for the last 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, he
Like
has.
him not
Yeah.
being able to get it done, or the narrative that Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown just won the Western Conference MVP, so people are pushing that around. So he has to win the finals. Like
I mean,
if they if
they forget that Tatum won it in 2022. Like they forget that. Like I'm saying, like
yeah, no,
NBA
the recency
NBA
bias,
fans
man.
Yeah, they are no. It's almost like they have Alzheimer's disease. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand how NBA fans have such short term memories. Like it's hilarious. It's
No, my,
crazy.
my thing
Go
was
ahead.
with the disrespect that Giannis was getting after Jokic got his MVP, like his second one. I was like, bro, like, yeah, I know, but like they're pretty much on the same level, and it was before Jokic had even won a championship. I'm like, bro, this man has the same number of MVPs and a DPOY. We know Jokic don't play defense. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, but it's just
Yeah.
the point I was making was the recency bias in these NBA fans is off the chain. So I already know they starting to. I've been seeing it on Twitter. They pushing that narrative that Jaylen Brown is him, and he's been carrying Jason Tatum throughout their playoff runs and whatnot. So he's definitely got the most to gain. But he got to win that Finals MVP. Like, if that man don't win Finals MVP, it's over for him. It's over for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. You're right. They gonna go down on him. Twin man, let me let you get in real quick. What's your take on the finals? And then we got Mac Def and Ishmael. Thanks for joining me again, y'all. It is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I appreciate y'all taking y'all time to join me on a Friday night. It's the end of the month as well, so make sure y'all take care of y'all bills, because we gonna do what we gotta do here in Goat James Kingdom. What's good? Go ahead, Twin man. What you got for me?
I got Boston in 6. Honestly, Luka's in a win-win. Let's be real here. Luka's in a win-win. So the person who has the most to gain is Tatum. Luka's in a win-win because at the end of the day, he's already getting the comparisons to greatest player of all time, and he made the NBA Finals. So even if he loses, this is his first Finals. If he loses, whatever. You still getting the comparisons to LeBron James, and people still gonna glaze you anyway.
Even if he shoots bad?
Even if he shoots, if he has, I'm not gonna say a terrible performance. Now, only way Luka's gonna get any.
Let's say he get the numbers. Let's say he averages his 30, 10, and 8, but now he's shooting like 41% and like 29% from 3-point land, and they lose 4-1.
They won't focus on that.
They won't.
It'll kind of be like the Kobe effect. Kobe will put up buckets, but they won't look at his efficiency. I'm telling you what's gonna happen with Luka. Luka's in win-win. Just being real.
Okay.
Tatum has the most to gain and also the most to lose. If he loses this finals, just like New World said, he will go down as a choke artist, even though he's been in the finals the last 4 years. Twice in the last 4 years, they'll sit here and say he's a choke artist and he can't get it done. If he wins, he'll cement his superstar status, but he has to get Finals MVP for that to happen.
That's sad. I hate when people do that. Ugh, that sucks. Ugh.
It's the truth, though.
Nah, man, I hate that idea. Fuck that. If I'm Jason Tatum, I ain't worried about no Finals MVP. I'm worried about fucking winning this championship.
Fuck it, bro.
Fuck that shit.
He needs
Fuck that shit.
Do I believe Jason Tatum's a superstar? Absolutely. But you already know the Jason Tatum hate is real. Like you said, Jaylen Brown won the Eastern Conference MVP, and what happened? The rumbles of Jaylen Brown's carrying him started back up again. But let's be real here. If Jason Tatum loses this finals, it's a wrap for him.
Well, it's a win-win for the
perennial all-star.
It's a win-win for the Zesty Jeffries because both of them are part of the Jordan brand, Jason Tatum or Luka.
I won't think about that.
That is a fact. That is a fact. That's a fact.
I didn't even think about that.
Jason Tatum definitely has the most to gain from this. Definitely.
That's facts. All right, Mac Def, you hear what we talking, man. First, we were talking why the Zesty Jeffries always got to throw away the guy who's supposed to be Jordan's son as soon as they don't like him anymore. And then why whenever somebody they want to say that looks like LeBron, they say, well, why is he better than LeBron? They never say, oh, that's LeBron's son, like a Luka. It's like, oh, well, Luka is better than LeBron at 25 than LeBron at 25. But they don't do that with Jordan's sons. But they do that with LeBron, everybody who's supposed to be like LeBron. And we also talking the finals. So what you got for today? What you got for me today, brother?
Well, to the question, I think I got the Celtics in 7. I think it's gonna be a classic NBA Finals. All NBA fans should be up and ready for this one. I think Tatum has the most to gain from a narrative point. If you're a Jason Tatum fan and you already think Tatum is on that type of tier with Luka and everybody else. If he beats Luka, then that'd be
bullshit.
Then he'll also no, it's cool. It's the summer. It's a summer flu going around. It's that flu going around.
Zesty
If
Jeffries
come on,
passing
like he
around
beat.
that toxic shit. Stay away
Yeah,
with him.
yeah. I'm just saying people say he don't belong in that tier, but he already beat Joel. He already beat a Joel Embiid. He already beat a Jimmy Butler, a Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Now a Luka and Kyrie.
And they
I
beat the Bucks
mean,
too, right? And
I
he beat the
you have
Bucks,
to.
right? Then they beat the Bucks.
Yeah,
Like
and he beat
2018,
Giannis.
28,
But
2018, right?
Or 20?
but
No,
but
17.
2020.
yeah,
No.
it was a long.
Oh,
He's been in the
I
league.
forgot. I forgot that series. I forgot that series where Middleton wasn't there. I forgot. Good, my fault.
Yeah.
He
You-
been
Yeah.
he been
Okay.
in
Go
the
ahead.
league. He's been in the league doing this thing, and if he wins the championship, he'll have the most to gain because he'll finally get the narrative and the respect to say you have to put him on that tier with those guys. You can no longer ignore it. So yeah, Tatum definitely has
The most
more
to
to
gain.
gain in this series than. But I think we still gonna have smoke for Luca if he loses. It's not gonna be a narrative of it's a win-win. Nah,
Bullshit.
we gonna have smoke. Y'all not gonna have smoke for Luca?
You, Mac. I believe you,
No.
Mac. I listen. The Zesty
Wow.
Jeffries, because the ones who are praising him are the Zesty Jeffries, so they're gonna be the ones to knock him as soon as they don't like what he's doing. They are good for it, bruh. They are good for
You
it.
can't
They are
trust
But
him.
good for it. Yeah,
Macduff,
you
I gotta
can't
ask this
trust him.
question though. I gotta ask this question
You
though.
can't trust him.
You know, did you consider Paul Pierce to be in the same tier as Kobe Bryant in 2008?
What is Lamont talking about?
Uh,
Who? 2008?
I can't. The same tier as hell. Just as good,
No,
yeah,
no,
but
no.
I don't think he was better than Kobe.
Is no, I ain't say better. I said, did you think Paul Pierce in 2008 was on the same tier as Kobe Bryant? Same level, same tier.
Nah. No, but
Nah,
Kobe
You know
got
the
that.
natural answer. Okay, but
no.
Macduff, you know exactly. But you know why your brain is not letting you capture that level, despite the fact that Paul Pierce did beat great players along the way to win a championship like LeBron, and the next and has success against other great teams and talented players too. You wouldn't put that guy in the same level as Kobe because of the simple reason is this: when you see those guys play on film, you see the different levels of impact. That's what. That
No, we
Tatum, there's
Before
nothing
oh
Tatum
08,
we
who
can.
did
just no.
Paul?
There's
We just
Before
nothing.
no.
08, who
No,
did
there's
Paul
We
Pierce
nothing.
beat?
saw no. We
There's
exactly.
nothing.
We seen Paul Pierce lose before he got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen.
I seen
That's
Tatum
why
lose too.
Yeah, like
Same thing. I
he
seen
never
who
Tatum
did
did.
lose to the
Paul?
same
Yeah, I'm
group.
He's
saying
never.
like
Hold on, hold on. Time
who
out,
did
time out.
Paul Pierce
Just how
beat? That was elite. What are you talking about? That's
LeBron.
not the
That's what I'm
same.
Yeah,
saying.
am I confused? Did they
When
not? Did the
when
Celtics
he
not
had
beat the Cavs in 2008?
yeah when he
We
had
said we
Kevin
said
Garnett.
before '08. Yeah, when he
Yeah,
had
No,
a
I
when
didn't
he
say.
had
squad.
No one said
when he had a
before. No one said
squad.
before. I did not. That was never my
No,
question.
but
My question
that's
was
why he would never be
2008.
on Kobe. That's why he would never be on Kobe's level because prior to 2008, he never really did anything.
Exactly. Prior to 2008, Tatum didn't win nothing.
What you mean by
Nothing.
But
What did Tatum
Paul
win?
Pierce
What did
was
Tatum win,
under
Johnny?
Paul
Remind
Pierce
me.
was under.
Tatum won his
Is that
conference two
Y'all
hold on.
years
tripping.
ago?
He won the
He won
conference
his
Yeah,
conference?
finals.
That's won his
yeah.
conference. Okay.
He won his conference.
hmm
That counts. That
hmm
wins
So
something.
okay, so winning a conference, winning a conference
Uh-huh.
puts us
Go
on the
ahead.
same level as Luka Doncic. That was you basically saying.
What
That's
has
all it
Luca
takes.
done? What has Luca done? Luca just won his conference
Oh,
now.
thank you for asking that, Johnny. Thank you for asking that. Because you don't want to
That's
put
what
up the
I'm
goddamn
saying.
numbers for this. So let me just get straight to the point then. Not only Luca
What?
has been more dominant than Tatum, not only Luca has outproduced Tatum, but Luca has shown to be the hands down one of the best offensive players in the league. But one of the most impactful players in the league, period. Leading the league in scoring, lead dominate his position, because last and Mac didn't know this, to be able to get first team position or positionless at this era we're in for point guards tells you how great Luka Doncic is. There's a reason why
Only
that
reason
man
why he was
produced.
good because
There's a reason
Embiid
why
was
that
hurt.
man produced. There's a reason
Yeah,
why
no,
that man produced 34 points
push
per
back.
game, eh, Johnny?
But what's your point? No, I'm just what I'm trying to get to. Like,
Oh, my
what's your
point
point
is
about?
okay. I'm gonna say it again. There's nothing Tatum can do to be on the same tier as Luka in this final series, dog.
So if he goes off for 37 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, shoots phenomenal, 47%, like 38% from 3-point land. We're gonna say like, and I mean he literally outplays Luca There's not gonna be a discussion that he's better than Luka. Is what you're saying?
No, why would I do that? Why would one
No,
series
you wouldn't do that. I'm just saying,
automatically
but we know
jump? No.
basketball.
Common
We know
sense,
basketball
common sense.
fans.
Why would no? There's different levels of basketball fans, right? You say it all the
Yeah,
time. There's Zesty Jordans, there's
the common
casuals,
ones.
there's
The common
guys who don't
ones.
watch the game, but for
No,
guys who
because
actually know the game, for guys who
no.
actually watch the game, you understand
But
how does one series
sturdy,
automatically
sturdy.
jump you that
That's
high?
all they need. That's all they need. Especially the Kobe fans. The Kobe fans don't have nobody. Jason Tatum is their guy. They're gonna say
Bro,
Jason
Tatum's
they got
been
multiple
building
guys.
this since 2018, since his rookie
Booker's that
season.
guy.
No,
Booker's that guy. Tyrese that guy.
Booker's not their guy anymore. Remember,
Actually, it's a win. No, actually, it's a win-win for Kobe fans.
They're gonna
No.
drop you. That's what I'm saying. If Tatum shows out and he wins Finals MVP and he balls out on top of that, they're going to say, "Look, this is all because he's a Kobe guy." They're going to give Kobe praise because again, they always go by the results. They're not going to go by what's the facts. They're going to go the results.
But hey Johnny, you forgot that Kyrie's a Kobe guy too. Kobe fans love Kyrie. It's a win-win.
No, they
What?
don't. No,
Hey Johnny, you got to do your research, brother.
No, they don't.
You gotta do your research, bro.
No, he's not.
They love the hell out of. Hey, McDuff. You're a Kobe Bryant fan, right? Do you appreciate Kyrie's game? Do you favor Kyrie's game? Do you enjoy watching Kyrie play? Or would you say you come a fan of Kyrie in a way, of his play style and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, John. That's one person. I don't know any other Kobe fan on this panel, but you can ask about Kobe fans.
I know a few Kyrie guys that are very pro Kobe. They love Kyrie's game. I give you that. But I've never heard nobody praise Kyrie like they're Kobe. I've never heard them put him on that level.
Exactly. No one ever put Tatum on Kobe's level.
No
one ever put. That's the point.
Because that's what I'm saying. That's why the Tatum winning the Finals MVP could change all of that. Kyrie's never going to win a Finals MVP. Never. He's never going to win one.
I would never. You don't know that either. You don't know that either. But you think Kyrie not gonna have extra motivation playing against the Celtics? What?
Kyrie's not better than Luka.
Who said you had to be better to get the Finals MVP?
There is nothing there's nothing Kyrie's going to do to make the Mavericks win this series. I don't care what y'all tell me. The Mavs are not winning this series because of anything Kyrie.
Hey, Johnny. This sounds similar to what Golden State fans.
Who you want to mess with, bro?
Similar to what Golden State said. When Golden State fans said there's nothing Kyrie LeBron can do when they was comfortable in 3-1. What the hell did they do? They balled the hell out.
Listen, these guys beat a crippled Clippers. Right, everybody want to talk about easy pad. They beat a crippled Clippers. They beat a young OKC, and they beat a
great OKC team. Don't do that. Top 5 in defense, top 5 in offense, MVP candidate, number 1 seed in the West.
They were young, and that's the fact.
And great.
And they gave them the biggest push. So imagine what Jason Tatum and them are going to do to them. I'm telling you, Kyrie is not going to. He's not going to see the little leprechaun and turn into Kobe. That's not happening. That's just not going to happen.
So Tatum's going to see the Dallas Maverick and just automatically turn into Kobe. Then is that what we're saying?
Thank you, Lamont. I'm glad Lamont said that. Again, they act like this man don't got Drew Holiday on the court. That all that's
Boston has more.
Stop.
Boston has more depth.
Ishmael going. Go ahead, Ishmael. I'm sorry, Ishmael.
I think Boston has more depth and they have more consistency when it comes to.
They have more depth. They have more depth than the Mavericks.
Yes.
They have more depth.
Yes. When it comes to defense and offense, they do.
Who is Hardy? Who is Jalen Hardy? Y'all watched Dallas?
Hey Johnny, I know. Yes, Hardy been giving them phenomenal minutes. Hardy's the reason why you don't put Tim Hardaway Jr. on the goddamn court. Hardy been knocking down multiple good shots. Hardy been making great passes.
They took Tim Hardaway off the floor.
Bro,
let's let
Kristaps Porzingis is coming back.
Go ahead,
Porzingis is coming back.
Hobbled.
Man.
He's coming back hobbled.
So Luka is hobbled, right? Like, what is that?
Exactly. And against a hobbled Luka, that's the difference between a hobbled Luka and a higher KP. A hobbled Luka will give you 30. Hey, Johnny, and I'm gonna go on mute. But hey, Johnny, can you look up a hobbled? You look up a hobbled Luka against the best defense in the playoffs for that series? What he averaged? I'm gonna go on mute.
Yeah, please go on mute. Let's let Ishmael speak. Go ahead, Ishmael. Go ahead,
Luka
please.
has not had. He's had a lot of games where he hasn't been efficient as well. He's had some really pretty bad games. Okay, well, I mean, outside of the fact that he is scoring, I mean, a lot of the free throws was making up for his scoring, but he has had some games where he hasn't been the most efficient player. I just think
Okay.
that Boston is more well-rounded basketball team. They're just more well-rounded. Like they have the
But Tatum had
defense, they
multiple
have the
games. I'm
offense.
sorry. I thought I was on mute. I thought I was on mute.
No, what
I'm
you
about to
say?
put you in the dugout, Sturdy. I'm about to put you in the dugout.
I think they don't get
Don't put,
that.
don't
I
put
don't
me
think.
next to Jordan, Johnny. Don't do that. But, dude,
I mean, we're
Go
talking about
ahead.
they're the best regular season team in
What do
the
you got
NBA this
against
year.
Jason Tatum?
Like they're like, he's a great basketball player, man. He's been playing great. Like I think he averaged like 30 in the Eastern Conference, right? Like and then you got Jaylen Brown. I think he was snubbed all
It's
NBA as well, man. I mean, like I just see Boston. I see Boston. I think they're more consistent. Um, yeah, they have had some tough games with Indiana, but I think that they'll be more fresh and not as much as Porzingis. But I think adding Porzingis will add more depth to their team, and they're just more well-rounded. I just think Celtics is going to come up on top. I don't see Dallas like that. I don't think that
nobody.
they've been the most consistent, on the offensive end either.
Yeah,
I
people
kind of
barely
just wanted
have.
to.
Yeah,
Hold on,
people
hold on.
barely
man,
have. Yeah,
please, I want.
Hold
Man.
on, Hold on, Sturdy. Listen. Nobody had Dallas even making it to the Western Conference Finals. Now all of a sudden, they're just supposed to automatically steamroll
Yeah,
the
they're
best
supposed to be a
team.
contender
That's
this
Who
not
year.
said?
true.
No one
That's
says
not true.
steamroll. No one says
Huh?
steamroll. Hey, Johnny, stop doing that. No one ever says steamroll.
Hey, you guys, listen. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to check out the crossover on Saturday, 5 p.m., that's where Sturdy will have uninterrupted time to speak, where he can enjoy and speak with all of his co-hosts. But as of right now, you are on Friday Night Exposure, Sturdy. Relax yourself. Let your conscience be free. He will be live on the crossover, 5 p.m. on Saturday. That's actually on my B-Day. I will be in the comments trolling. And if you let me up, I'm going to dominate the panel as you are trying to dominate today, young man. So
You know,
shout out
I'm
to
sorry. I'm
Sturdy.
sorry,
Shout
Johnny.
out to
My
Sturdy.
bad. My bad. I am my brother's keeper. It just my brother's cap. I don't attack him. I just try to educate him. That's all. It's a bad habit. My bad.
All right. Well, we're gonna get up out of here soon. Let's let Ishmael finish up, and we'll get everybody's last take so we get up out of here. So go ahead, Ishmael. Ishmael, finish up with your
Well,
take, brother.
I
Please.
wanted to answer to earlier. I don't. Luka and LeBron play different games. I just think that the comparison is theirs because in terms of production, like LeBron is more balanced in his production over the years, and in my opinion, I never considered LeBron to be the best peak player in terms of stats. Like he's had great peaks, but I never considered like, oh, he's the greatest of all time because of his peaks. I considered like the totality of his career, his consistency, and of amazing player throughout his career. I that's what I've always considered. Luka, like he has an amazing peak. His production in points and rebounds and assists are better than LeBron. I think he's just more of a developed player. I think this is the best of what he is, in my opinion. I think this is the best. Like LeBron has had different stretches of his career. And of course, we know the athleticism, the defense, but LeBron, it has different stretches of his career where he's developed his game differently, has played, due to what team he's on and what role he has to play. So that's what I'm saying. It's like they're just different in that aspect. And even if you look at the totals, like Luka did overlap him in something. He even overlapped him in turnovers. I mean, he may be on pace to have the most all-time the turnover record. Who knows? He has more turnovers.
Now that you say that, that's another thing that makes their game similar. They both turn over the ball, quote unquote, a lot.
No,
right?
Luka turns over the ball way more because LeBron has more totals.
It's 3.7 to 4. That's not that much.
Yeah,
LeBron is 3.7
right.
to 4 is not that much.
But Luka turned in totals, like LeBron has played like 50 or 60 more games in their ages. Like LeBron does have the durability, but Luka, even though LeBron has played more games, he still has more turnovers than LeBron. Like that's a lot.
That's why
that's a lot.
That's
And
why he's
so
LeBron's son. That's why he's baby LeBron.
I think Luka could be the very first, one of the very first players, or the second player to be able to get the 10-10-10. But I don't know if he'll
Nope. Nope. He's not
pass him in
playing that
other
long.
things.
He said he's not
Yeah,
playing
not
that long.
scoring definitely though. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my take on that. I think Celtics will win.
All right. So yeah, and listen, and within the comments, I'm looking at it right now. I got the poll set up here. There's been 55 votes. Thanks for everybody who's voted. It's 51% saying the Mavs are going to win. 57 votes now, and it's up to 51%.
I think it's just some fanboy stuff. They just want to see Kyrie. I want to see Kyrie great from all the stuff that he has dealt with. But I'm just thinking that the Celtics going to come out on top. Like, I'm down for Kyrie for standing on his own and everything. I'm really down for that, but I just think Celtics will be on top.
But it's going to be a competitive series this round. That's all I'm saying. I'm not.
So-
I pick the Celtics too. It's going to
gonna
be
be
a competitive
okay.
series.
It's gonna be the best
I agree.
finals.
Okay,
it's
so,
gonna be the best
so why would you
finals
debate
we've
me?
seen.
Why are you trying to
Oh,
debate me then?
oh no, because like the things you were saying was like inaccurate, you know. But like that's, but I forgot some of it a little bit. But I
Well,
don't want to. I don't want to be like LeBron and dominate the panel like Ajani put it. You know, so like
no.
Why are we acting like Luca isn't more skilled than the 25-year-old LeBron
it
at their
depends. It
ages right
depends
now?
on. It depends on.
what it
It,
is.
we're gonna have. What
Depend on
depends on
skill.
what you kind of
We know
skill.
we talking about offense. We know we talking about offense.
No,
Okay,
and
so
that's
what
the
skill?
Why?
point.
Okay,
That's the
so
point,
what
MacDeff.
skill is that?
That's the
Hold on,
point,
I got
MacDeff.
this. I got this. 30. What is those skills, MacDeff?
He's a better shooter. He's a better
Dependent
scorer.
shooter on what?
He's a better shooter.
On
He's a
what?
better shooter. On shooting the ball, creating his shot. He's a better shooter. He's a better scorer.
Okay.
I would say they're the exact. I would say they're even as far as passing and playmaking. But I think LeBron James, because he can, his athleticism and movement you have to give him the slight edge as far as being a playmaker. But Luka, as far as shooting and scoring and creating a shot, you got to get at to Luka.
I mean, Luke.
No,
Okay,
you
at
don't.
25. Wait, at 25, Luka shot 34.5% from 3-point land, close to 35. LeBron shot 33%. So you can say he's a better 3-point shooter. I already said he was a better mid-range shooter. He shoots just a tick better in the free throw than LeBron, but I would say LeBron had a tougher time and less space to create his shots than Luka has had. With the way the NBA is played today and the fact that Luka's actually had more shooters on his team than LeBron had in the Cleveland era. Because like at the time when LeBron was playing with Cleveland, he was playing with two bigs. He was playing with Ilgauskas and Drew Gooden. So he had two guys clogging up the paint. He didn't really have that much space to shoot. LeBron was the overall better shooter as far as field goal percentage. But again, it's again, I would still give Luka the shooting just a little bit because he does shoot further. He definitely could pull up from 30. I don't know if LeBron is as efficient as Luka is now. But the dribbling wise, I think LeBron's better dribbling wise. Finishing at the rim, LeBron's better. I would say Luka's probably is the better passer as far as that's weird. I guess the ability to make a pass. I don't know if he had the better vision, but he definitely had he definitely makes passes that he's more flashy.
You can say he's a better passer, but LeBron, because of his movement and athleticism, you can say he's probably a better playmaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, LeBron could create better plays,
driving to the basket. Yeah,
but yeah, there's been some passes that Luka's made that I say like, man, I don't even remember LeBron making them passes. Like he just made certain passes. He's just like, my God, like how did he see that guy? Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's just crazy. And not only just see him, but know that I can make that pass on top of it, like cross court passes, behind the backboard pass, all kind of weird passes we've seen Luka do throughout his career. So I would say that. But so you're just saying offensively though, not overall, just the offensive side, correct, Matt?
Yeah, it's hard to say that Luka is better than LeBron James. That's far fetched. That's you got to dig deep on that. All I could say is like skill wise, like yeah, but that's just this era of the NBA and how the game is played today compared to yesteryear. So that's all I'm saying is like, come on, like you can say LeBron's better, okay, but skill wise, it's got to be Luka.
Well, I would, like I said, I wouldn't
That's
argue
how
too much. I wouldn't argue too much because at the beginning of the show, I did say that that's something that Zesty Jeffries love to throw at us. Luka is more skilled than LeBron. And again, it's 15 years later that he joined the NBA. It's 20 years since LeBron joined the NBA that we're looking at Luka doing all of this. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be better than LeBron as far as skilled wise. A lot of these players are actually more skilled than players 15, 20 years ago, hands down. So it's not really a knock on LeBron. Or the era of anything of any kind. It just shows how much the league has evolved and how much we have to appreciate, because we're about to watch probably one of the best finals we've seen in a long time. I guess it's probably gonna be the best one since 2016. To be honest with you, maybe
2022. Y'all didn't like 2022 finals? Y'all didn't think that was a good finals?
I don't.
Warriors Celtics.
I didn't know. It felt weird.
No.
I don't know. It didn't feel like It felt
Oh,
like
y'all some haters.
No, it felt no. It felt like once the Warriors took that series, there was no coming back. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying. Like it looked like once, you know what I'm saying. Like that was it. Like once they were down 2-1, I believe, or something like that, and they were like, the series is not over, and they took like 3 straight, and it was kind of like, like they just changed the whole series. It really changed. Now the 2021 one, the Bucks and the Phoenix series, that was a good series. That game 5, that game 5 was a really good game 5. It was 2-2. It really took a performance from Giannis to really take us to that next level to watch that win. So that one was good, but this was going to be great, man. So first off, I want to thank all you gentlemen. I'm going to go one by one. I'm going to thank y'all and let y'all get up out of here. Y'all know to catch Ace 30 tomorrow on the crossover on FYF Sports Debates channel. You guys know what they do best. They're going to have a great discussion. So shout out to you, Sturdy. Thank you for joining me on a Friday night, brother. Appreciate you. Obviously, we got New World. He's always been supporting GOAT James Kingdom. He's showing up on Sundays and showing up on Friday nights. Thank you, sir. You have a great Friday night. Thank you for joining me. We also got Twin Man. Y'all know who Twin Man is. He's always out here getting the Zesty Jeffries upset. Shout out to you. He's been a supporter from day one. Y'all know where to find Mac Def. Mac Def be all over the place. He be on FYF. I even seen you on PC before, right? You've been on Player's Choice as well, right? So you've been around doing your thing. Shout out to you. And y'all know who Ishmael, GOAT James Kingdom member. Thank you for joining us and being a part of us. Again, y'all, it is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm going to let you gentlemen go one by one. Thank you so much again, gentlemen. As y'all know, it is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I go live every Friday night to talk about the GOAT conversation, whatever feels best under my world, okay? Because this is what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. Y'all know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Brandon and I will be going live Sunday as we're going to actually discuss, the advanced metrics. Travis and Brandon are going to have a little debate about whether or not advanced metrics are good to be used, and we're going to see how much advanced metrics are good in the GOAT debate, especially now with Jordan not being number 1 in PR. Let's see if the Michael Jordan fan base could understand it a little bit better, and maybe Travis could help us understand it. If not, Brandon will expose them. So y'all make sure to catch us Sunday noon Eastern time for the GOAT James Kingdom show, because you know Brandon and I bring it like none other. Y'all also know to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Discord, Instagram, Twitter. We are all over the place. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. I'm Ajani the Exposer. It is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. You guys know what I like to do best. I come with it like none other. We had a great show. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I see everybody in the comments. Y'all know what to do. Make sure that y'all share the information. Let everybody know about the Friday Night Exposure and, of course, the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We're about to have a great off season, right? So we have a long time. We have no basketball for the next few weeks. It's going to be the NBA Finals between the Boston Celtics and Dallas starting Thursday, right? I think at 8 p.m. That's the 6th, June 6th. So you guys enjoy your Friday evening. This has been the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. You have now been exposed by the Exposer.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.